behind the wheel of the C10. Right now we're heading to the Riverside Car Meet, or to a Riverside Car Meet that's being hosted by Duke's Car Club. And it's a charity event happening for these two people who unfortunately have cancer, so I'm going to show up and show my support in any way that I can. However, I thought it'd be a good little experience to show you guys what the difference is between a classic car show and a tuner car meet, because I know people who are into one typically don't go into the other, whereas I have a car for each, so I like going to both. But I thought it'd be a good opportunity to show you guys exactly what the difference is between the two. Hopefully expand your horizons a little bit. As well, at the end of this, I want to give you guys a little comparison, or at least talk about the difference between the two and why I prefer one over the other, and why I think one crowd overall is more supportive and just it's more positive than the other. So, but until that, I'm going to fill this everything in between with pictures and videos of classic cars. So enjoy it for now, and we'll catch up with you guys after the event. partook of the little meet that I went to and the little charity event. Showed my support, you know what's up. But I thought I'd make, sorry, I live on a dirt road and my truck, everything rattles when I go anywhere. But I wanted to take the opportunity to tell you guys like what exactly, like why I prefer classic car meets over tuner car meets. Because if you guys would have noticed, it was just cars in that compilation. There was no like wild revving, there was no burnouts, there was no nothing. Because most of the time that doesn't happen at classic car shows. Because the guys that show up at classic car shows will have, not just show on tuner car people, they typically have way nicer cars, or even if they're not as nice, they're typically way more expensive. Like an old car is just by default significantly more expensive to keep and maintain than a new car, and then typically the guys who are into them are the ones who grew up with them, i.e. older guys in general, or just kids that are like old cars. But they're just so much more calm. They're so much more calm. The people there are usually more chill. There's never anything going on. There was dozens upon dozens of cars there, and not a single cop in sight, because no cop gave a fuck. And they were like, well, they're not gonna do shit, and they just left. And whereas a tuner meet, if they had a, I've been to meets at that same parking lot before, because there was at Fairmont Park here in Riverside. I've been to tuner car meet. Oh, I've been to 2 meets there before. One of them, it was practically nothing. It just ended immediately, and nothing happened. The second one was a truck meet, and there was a cop presence for most of the time there. And shit, that it gets really irritating over time to have to deal with that kind of shit day in and day out. Whereas with the classic car meet, they're just so much more chill, and the quality of cars there are often significantly higher, because the people aren't afraid to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on air ride and the most flamboyant paint job. And the fact that the old car body shapes are typically like so much more elaborate. Like if you were to compare, I'm gonna try comparing like a 1948 Fleetline versus a 350Z, because they both have like a kind of a hunchback thing going on. But I'm probably gonna overlay them over the screen right now, but there's just no comparison on the lines of those things. It's just, old cars are just so much more beautiful, and there's obviously a new car is gonna have way more obviously a new car is gonna have way more done underneath the hood, like, but even then it's just like I'd always prefer classic car meets. They're just so much more fun. And if you guys haven't one I definitely recommend is the Pomona Classic Car Show and Swap Meet. It's by far the best thing that you can ever go to, especially if you're into like California. It's the epitome of like just old school cars. Just thousands of cars show up, all legal because it's at the Pomona Fairplex. But I love it so much, and if you guys haven't been to it, I'd highly recommend go early, get there, walk around, buy some cool shit at the Swap Meet. You'll find so many cool cars, ratty things, pimped out lowriders, hot rods, whatever the hell, literally everything that exists, you'll find it there. Everything. I've seen Hakoskas and slammed fucking C10s and a bunch of weird shit there. But that's my little conclusion to what my little conversation starter piece was, that classic car shows just indefinitely better than classic car shows are indefinitely better than tuner car meets. And they're just so much more fun. And if you guys don't go to them, I'd highly recommend at least trying them out at least once. Like, what do you have to lose, guys? And they happen all the time. You're just, the one downside, I'm backing up, so that's why I'm kind of like looking kind of funny. The one downside is that since it's typically older dudes put it on, the web presence isn't as heavy. So that's one thing. Like the one I went to today was by the Duke's Car Club, or they had a heavy influence on it. And they're a legendary car club, not the best social media following. Well, no, it has a following. Sorry, I'm putting on my ignition switches to make sure my car turns off. They have a good following. It's just that obviously older dudes just inherently aren't good at keeping up on the social media stuffs. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any comments why you prefer one or the other, or just want to know like what kind of car meets you should go to, if you're into classic cars, into tuners, whatever, I'm into everything. You guys can go on in the comments or in the Instagram post that's going to be inevitably made for this video. Just let me know whatever you guys gotta say. If you guys have an opinion, if you guys want to just chat about it, I want to know what your guys' perspective on this is. But other than that, that's it for today. Sun's gonna go down soon, so that's time to stop recording. Sorry, I ate so much food, my stomach's full. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. All of the good shit down below. Follow the Instagram at NoWorriesCC. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Don't die. So deuces.